Particles are put into categories depending on their diameter. Coarse particles, for example, have a diameter between 2,500 nanometers and 10,000 nanometers. Fine particles have a diameter between 100 nanometers and 2,500 nanometers, and nanoparticles have a diameter between 1 nanometer and 100 nanometers. Nanoparticles, as we just said, have a diameter between 1 nanometer and 100 nanometers. An atom has a diameter of 0.1 nanometers. Therefore, nanoparticles are between 10 to 1,000 times bigger than atoms. Surface area to volume ratio is equal to surface area divided by volume. Nanoparticles have a very high surface area to volume ratio. The smaller the nanoparticle, the bigger its surface area to volume ratio. If the side of the length of a cube decreases by a factor of 10, the surface area to volume ratio increases by a factor of 10. Let me explain to you with an example. So here we have a cube, and each of the sides is 10 centimeters. To work out the surface area, we could do 10 times 10 to work out the surface area of one cube, or one square, sorry. We times this by 6 because there are 6 squares to give us 600 centimeters squared. To work out the volume, we do length times width times height, so 10 times 10 times 10, and it gives you 1,000. The surface area to volume ratio is therefore 100 divided by 1,000, which is 0.1. So here I'm going to draw another cube, but this time I'm going to increase the width by a factor of 10, so I'm going to increase it to 100. So we're going to work out the surface area, so 100 times 100 gives us 10,000. Times that by 6, because there are 6 different sides, you get 60,000 centimeters squared. The volume would be 100 times 100 times 100, which is a million, and therefore the surface area to volume ratio is 10,000 divided by 1 million, which is 0.01. We can see here that we have increased the cube by a factor of 10, from 10 centimeters to 100 centimeters, but the surface area to volume ratio has gone down by a factor of 10, from 0.1 to 0.01. Nanoscience is the study of nanoparticles. The high surface area to volume ratio of nanoparticles means they often have different properties to the bulk material. A tiny quantity of nanoparticles may be as effective as a large quantity of the bulk material. The use of nanoparticles is an important area of research. As catalysts, for example, you have platinum, which is used as a catalyst in fuel cells. This is expensive metal, but only a small amount of platinum nanoparticles are needed, so it's much cheaper. And in nanomedicine, nanoparticles are easier absorbed into the body, so this is useful if you're delivering drugs. Or in electronics, where they're used to make thin and light screens, also used to make tiny microchips that can store lots. In cosmetics, they're used to make certain moisturizers more oily. In deodorants, nanoparticles added to deodorants for their antibacterial properties. And in sun cream, because they are useful in protecting skin from UV rays and are therefore used in sun cream. The advantages and disadvantages of nanoparticles are, well, first we'll talk about the advantages. They are useful in lots of ways. The disadvantages, however, is that the effects are not yet fully understood. The effects on human health are not fully studied, and it may cause environmental damage. So you've now learned about nanoparticles and their uses. You'll find a summary of this information below. Make sure you test yourself using the quiz on reviseitright.com. Why are we the best revision website out there? Well, because we have it all in one place. Revision notes, summary videos, longer, more detailed videos for topics you're struggling on. Exam question walkthrough videos where qualified teachers take you through the perfect answers to exam questions. Worksheets, quizzes, computer marked exam questions, interactive flashcards, forums, the ability to keep track on where you are using our tick list, and so much more. But that's not all. We run at least 3 live lessons a week, and closer to exam time, this will be more, where you can tune into a qualified teacher teaching lots of different topics each week.
The lessons will be interactive, and we go through exam questions and quick quizzes to ensure understanding as you go. We also run drop-in sessions where you can drop in, ask a tutor anything live, get the answer that you need, and leave. These are included in our silver and gold membership. This means that for an extra £10 a month, you can access at least 12 hours of lessons a month. That's under £1 an hour, which is incredibly cheap. Still not convinced? Try us completely free for 7 days and cancel anytime, completely free of charge. We offer this because we're convinced that you'll love us. So try us now.